Imagine you are in the middle of town where people are burning down courthouses and feathering tax collectors. Some people are even throwing rocks at the tax collectors. This is exactly what happened within Pennsylvania when we had the Whiskey Rebellion. It started in 1791 and ended in 1794. It all started when George Washington wanted to place a tax on spirits.
The tax was created in 1791. The tax was created in order to help pay for militia and all the debts that the new country owed after the Revolutionary War. The whiskey tax was the first tax from the federal government. They decided to put taxes on whiskey because whiskey was very popular at the time and the government knew that many people would buy it. The government thought that because they put the taxes on that item, they would get them lots of money to pay for the wars. The government had to find a way to pay for its resources. Congress passed the taxes in order to complete this task.
However, this made many citizens very angry. The reason that many people were angry was because just recently the British had been the ones making American colonists pay taxes. Many people had died in order to give Americans the right that they felt they deserved and to get rid of the taxes. They were probably feeling really overwhelmed and were done with the whole idea of increased taxes. Other events that came before the Whiskey Rebellion included the Boston Tea Party and the Boston Massacre. Both of those events had to do with taxes and the death of people over the matter.
Because many people were mad, many refused to give the taxes over to the tax collectors. The place that had the most support for the rebellion was Western Pennsylvania. This was the first serious challenge to the federal authority. In response to this, the government made the military collect the taxes instead. Some people said that 6,000 rebels were camped outside Pittsburgh, all ready to attack. In 1794, 500 men with weapons went to Reginald tax collector's house and burned it down. Because of this, George Washington felt that he had to step up and get involved. He felt that Pennsylvania could not handle this problem by themselves. A month later, the President, George Washington, ordered the rebels to stop fighting and go back home. He tried to compromise with and reason with 15 representatives for the rebels, but was not successful.
Because Washington could not come to an agreement with the rebels, he issued the following statement. I, George Washington, President of the United States, in obedience to that high and irresistible duty consigned to me by the Constitution to take care that the laws be faithfully executed, do hereby declare and make that known a militia force which is adequate to the exigency is already in motion.
This meant that he sent 13,000 soldiers to the Pennsylvania area to keep from attacking the tax collectors or giving them any more problems. These were the same soldiers that defeated the British. Washington personally had led the troops into Bedford, the first and only time a sitting U.S. president had led the troops into the field. As soon as the military became involved, the rebellion was shut down pretty quickly. There was no actual fight between the rebels and the military.
In the aftermath, by the end of November, 150 rebels were arrested and taken to court, but only 2 people were charged with treason. These men were eventually pardoned by the next president, Thomas Jefferson.
After Thomas Jefferson became president, he decided to remove the taxes because no one wanted to pay for them. This is how the taxes for whiskey happened to an end, which made all the people very happy.